All right, Goeen, thanks so much for that. At the same time, the Judicial Service Commission says that the Salaries and Remuneration Commission should have nothing to do with the working conditions of judges and the judicial officers. JSC Vice Chair Macharia Njeru says the commission will defend the independence of the judiciary even as the control of budget, Dr. Margaret Nyakang'o, revealed that the judiciary had attempted to incur expenditure without her approval, which she finds against the Constitution. Our very own Sam Gituku looks into the tripartite conflict affecting the welfare of judges, which could end up in a legal tussle at the courts.
It's a standoff that has been simmering for several months between the three constitutional bodies. One of the complaints involves taxable car grants for judges that was scrapped by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission in June 2022.
There's a reason why Judicial Service Commission was established. It is our responsibility. That's not the responsibility of SRC. SRC deals with other public officers, other institutions. But when it comes to judiciary, judiciary is exclusive mandate of JSC.
JSC's complaint has been taken over by an ordinary citizen, Peter Gashuri, who petitioned the High Court to protect the interests of judges. In a case filed late last month, Gashuri argues that the head of public service had capped the car grant for judges at 10 million shillings, applicable every 4 years in the tenure of a judge, up until SRC wrote a circular calling for its scrapping. Gashuri complains that the Attorney General, in a legal opinion to SRC in May this year, agreed that only SRC could set such benefits. The Judicial Service Commission has a membership of 11, including 3 judges representing the High Court, Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court judges. It also has a representative of the magistrates and is headed by the Chief Justice. CJ Martha Koome was first to accuse the SRC of overstepping its mandate 2 weeks ago. The SRC is expected to file replying affidavits to the Gashuri petition ahead of a mention next week Tuesday. According to the Constitution, the SRC is mandated to set and regularly review the remuneration and benefits of all state officers and advise the national and county governments on the remuneration and benefits of all other public officers. Article 172 of the Constitution provides that the JSC is required to review and make recommendations of the conditions of service of judges and judicial officers other than their remuneration and the staff of the judiciary.
There are certain aspects that relate to our judges that are also, and judges and judicial officers that are exclusively the mandate of JSC. So it's just a question of emphasizing that everybody needs to keep to their territory.
SRC Chair Lynn Mengich says the JSC is not clear on what the encroachment of mandate is.
Reports from the MDAs.
Related to that, the standoff between the judiciary and the control of budget persists. Dr. Margaret Nyakang'o says the judiciary has been keen on spending the judiciary fund, which was operationalized in August last year, without approvals from her office. Nyakang'o says that the judiciary had wanted to spend money without disclosing details to her office under what they termed confidential expenditure. That the judiciary had revised daily subsistence allowances for staff about the rates in the public sector without approval, which she has declined to clear. Nyakang'o says she has since alerted the Auditor General, adding that the judiciary needs to be accountable and transparent like everyone else, just like the Constitution requires of them. CJ Martha Koome called Nyakang'o's actions bureaucratic bottlenecks and roadblocks erected by her.
Even with the control of budget, when it comes to withdrawal of certain expenditure that relates to the judiciary, there shouldn't be impediment or roadblocks.
Article 173 that establishes the Judiciary Fund mandates the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary to administer it, that the fund shall be used for administrative expenses of the judiciary. The Constitution requires the Registrar to prepare estimates, and once approved by the National Assembly, the expenditure shall be a charge of the Consolidated Fund to be paid directly into the Judiciary Fund. But then Article 228 of the Constitution mandates the control of budget to oversee the implementation of the budgets of the national and county governments by authorizing withdrawals from public funds, including under Article 206 on Consolidated Fund and other public funds. The Constitution states that the Controller shall not approve any withdrawal from a public fund unless satisfied that the withdrawal is authorized by law.
Judicial Service Commission will play its rightful role on firstly ensuring this independence, but also ensuring this accountability, because ultimately we are accountable to the people of Kenya.
Sam Gituko, Citizen TV.